Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today guys, we're going to be diving down into the charts to take a look at what has been going on most recently with XRP. Some interesting things are happening, obviously fundamentally with the SEC and the lawsuit and all of that kind of good stuff, but there's also some really interesting things going on from a technical analysis perspective as well. So guys, as we get into this video, if you do find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so you are going to be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Right, with all of that said, done and out of the way, let's jump on down into the desktop and take a look at what is going on here with XRP. Okay guys, so we're going to take a look at this hourly chart. This is really where this interesting kind of stuff comes in. I'm going to try to keep this video nice and slick, so it hopefully won't be too long, and we'll just go through what's going on with all these kind of movements with price. Now, to give you some background on this, we obviously had this surge to the upside here, and again we can mark this up in a couple of different ways. I think the best way of marking this up though is potentially in some kind of impulsive move to the upside, right? So we have a lot of these kind of corrective actions over here, and pretty much from these low points that were achieved back in January of 2022, right? So what I want to do is I just want to highlight or just remove some of those noisy I guess indicators and really run with what I see actually going on here, right? So I think we have a big surge up to the upside here, right, from our low point. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to jump straight to the point. This is wave 1, okay? This being down here is wave 2. This surge up is wave 3. We're currently in wave 4, and from here we move up. And I think this minimum threshold for XRP then moves up to $1.03. Okay, and the reason for this is we actually have a triangle forming right inside here on XRP. So what I'll do is I'll grab a couple of trend lines, not the best things. I don't like these too much because, you know, the easiest things to invalidate, but they're going to help me demonstrate the triangle. So bear with me whilst I just draw these on, and I'll go through what is going on here from Elliott theory and this particular triangular pattern. So let me grab this and just move it out of the way over there. Perfect. Right, so as I expand this up, and I'm going to just delete the Fibonacci retracement tool out of the way so we can get a good picture of what's going on here. So for the last couple of XRP videos that I've been doing, either for the Patreon members and the YouTube members over in our Discord server, by the way guys, link in the description down below for our Discord server. If you haven't already joined, check it out, it's completely free. Fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. So down there, obviously, I've been doing technical analysis on XRP quite frequently, and you know, we're actually talking about this buy zone just down here. This has been an area that we've been revisiting, and every time we've revisited it, we've actually moved up quite nicely to the upside, right? And I can grab hold of this percentage point, and I'll show you that we're from here to that high point was 14%, from this low to that high point was 13%, and right now we've just touched this trend line again. We should be moving up and out of this triangle in a really significant way. Okay, ushering in basically the corrective action of this triangle and bringing in the next impulsive move up. Right, so obviously this was a bit of a buy zone in an area that we were accumulating in, right, 75 through to about 76 cents. Now this area down here was my optimistic little box that I would have really liked to revisit. This is the area that basically we didn't have any activity in. So you know, we actually blasted straight through it. We retested the upper end of this box, and we've tested the lower end of the box, but we haven't tested inside the box. So I was actually quite hopeful that this would be the area that we'd revisit, but it does not appear to be the case. In fact, this triangle has taken precedent over that. So what we have here, if I grab my Elliott wave triangle, we can actually have an A wave down here. We have a B wave just up here. We have a C wave at the bottom here. We have a D wave up there, and this would be our E wave low. Now this E wave, it can drop down below this trend line and still be valid. E wave has pretty much no rules. It can go up here, it can be down here, it could be halfway down. You know, it could be practically anywhere. Once that D wave comes in and you start to see this thing pull back in a significant way, this E wave is going to be ready to pop to the upside. And in the case that what we had here is 5 impulsive moves up, or sorry, we're in we're in an impulsive move up. We're actually looking for a 5th wave, right? And obviously inside here, by the way, guys, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 waves inside of our third wave. And again, we actually have a really choppy wave one. I have no idea what was going on there. So we're actually expecting 5 waves inside of our 5th wave. Okay, there's no guarantee of that. That's just kind of what we look for. At some point, you can't count the waves inside the waves, but for the most part, it should be broken up into 5 waves. So we're actually looking for a pretty explosive move out of this triangle now, and up towards $1.03 for XRP. And obviously from there, then we would look for some form of corrective action. Now, obviously, if I grab hold of that Fibonacci retracement tool, the lover fib, let me grab that and move it on here, and pop that right onto the right spot. It's approximately somewhere around there. Let me just check that, make sure I get that right for you guys. So where is it? Yeah, it's just down there. So let me just pop that onto that low point. I might as well check the high point whilst I am also here. That's fine. Cool. So that 1.618, guys, is the minimum threshold of a 5th wave. Okay, so that's the area that we kind of look for going to, and the minimum threshold. So what we mean by that is this E wave should go up to a minimum of $1.03. We can, of course, go up to the 2.618, for example. That's $1.27. We could revisit them either, or revisit, yeah, well, it is revisiting, a 3.618. That's also very possible. And we could also possibly have a full 4.236 extension at $1.76. All of those are possible. So we look for the minimum threshold, and then we're happy with anything else that kind of follows. If this does go up to a full or to a 2.618, then obviously that is where we look for the ABC correction down. Okay, so there's no guarantee that we know where this is going to go, but we do know that the minimum requirement for a 5th wave is going to be 1.618, so $1.03. Okay, and obviously we can act accordingly in that area. Whether we sell, buy back cheaper. If we sell and it continues to go up, we jump back in, knowing that maybe we're going to go a little bit higher. Obviously use proper risk management. And guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I cannot offer you financial advice. I just present the data to you as I see it. So as we come back into the charts, we have that really good key area, really good push to the upside for XRP, a good target now being set. And there's a high probability of it because these triangles have a high probability of playing out. And when you spot a triangle like this, I don't want to say it's a license to print money, but it's highly likely to actually play out. Okay, there are very few scenarios where this won't play out. Okay, so for example, if Russia attack Ukraine, there's a high probability that it won't play out and we'll lose that ground, right? Maybe we'll revisit this low area. Macro events are what I'm saying here. Whether that is Canada freezing, protesters' bank accounts, that might have an impact enough to not play out. But for the most part, outside of macro events, from a technical analysis perspective, this usually plays out. And in this case, for XRP, that's $1.03 minimum threshold, and potentially even higher. So that's looking really, really good for XRP. Obviously, you couple this with what is going on from a fundamental perspective, right? We have documents from the SEC Ripple lawsuit, all of those fantastic things that are going on with that particular lawsuit. And we've obviously said on this channel from a very long time, it doesn't generally matter whether they win, they lose, they draw, they settle. The price of XRP is going to be moving significantly further forward because it's going to have clarity of some kind by the end of the lawsuit. Whether the US want to go and do something absolutely bonkers like call it a security, or whether or not they're going to be in line with the rest of the world like us in the UK here, calling it an exchange token. Because that is kind of what it is. It's an exchange token. It's transferring or exchanging value. So ultimately, I think at the end of this lawsuit, we're going to see the conclusion of this. We're going to have some form of clarity for XRP, which is, of course, one of the major wins here. So as I say, win, lose, draw, settle doesn't really matter. Obviously, we'd all like to win, and we would like the SEC to lose. But obviously, I think generally it doesn't really matter. And we've seen time and time again lawsuits from the SEC that have actually resulted in the token being classed as a security, and the very next day it moves up significantly. Okay, so we're looking at some pretty interesting things to happen this year with XRP in 2022, and I think this is the start of a really good trend to the upside. $1.03 is a good amount of recovery here for XRP after the recent pullbacks, and would basically be setting in a new trend to the upside on the larger timeframes. Guys, I'm going to leave the video there. If you have found this useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, then do go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you are going to be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all this said, done, and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.